morning class. This is your English language class. So today we'll be starting a new chapter, that is chapter 16, the tense, which is given at page number 68 in your books. Okay, first of all I will tell you the definition of tense. How can you define tense? It is not given in your book, so I have written it on my own, that tense denotes the time an action takes place, whether sometime in the past, in the present, or will take some time in the future. It means that tense is denoting that time when an action takes place. It may be in some time in the past, it may be in the present, it may be in the future also. Clear? Now next one you have, now we'll study from the chapter forms of verbs. The form of a verb changes to express the present, past, or the future. Tense is always used with a verb, and the form of a verb changes to express the present tense, past tense, or the future tense. Clear? For example, Mark speaks to his sister every day. In this sentence, the verb is the speaks, indicates that it is an action that takes place regularly. Okay, what is said, that Mark speaks to his sister every day. Speaks means that this action is taking place regularly. Okay, Mark spoke to his sister yesterday. Now in this sentence, the verb spoke indicates that it is an action that took place earlier. Now see, in that sentence we used speaks, and in this sentence we use spoke. Spoke denotes that it was in the past, it has passed. Okay, so spoke means that the action has already been taken place. Clear? Now Mark will speak to his sister tomorrow. Now in this sentence, the verb will speak indicates that it will be in the future. Okay, it will be, the action will take place later. Clear? Thus you can say that verbs are used to indicate the time when an action takes place. When a verb undergoes such a change, it is said to be in the present tense, past tense, and future tense respectively. Clear? Future time, it is written here, correct it and write it, cut it and write the tense, future tense. Okay, now so the three types of tense are past tense, present tense, and future tense. Past tense talks about actions which have already been taken place, okay, which have already happened. Now present tense talks about actions which are going on just now, and future tense talks about actions that will take place later in the future. Let us look at simple present, simple past, and simple future tense forms of the verbs to be and to have. To be and to have are two verbs. Now we will look at their simple present, past, simple present, and simple future tense. Clear? So here we have of to be. First chart is of to be. Okay, to be is a verb. We will study its what are its simple present tense, simple past tense, and simple future tense. For example, for I we use, in simple present tense we use am, in simple past tense we will use was, and in simple future tense we will use will be. Clear? With you we will use are in simple present tense, in simple past tense were, and in simple future tense will be. Clear? Now when he, she, or it is there, then what we will use? In simple present tense we will use is, in simple past we will use was, and in simple future tense we will use will be. Now next one is we. So with we will use are in simple present tense, and in simple past tense we will use were, and in simple future tense we will use will be. Now next is they. With they what you will use? You will use simple present tense. In simple present tense you will use are, In simple past tense you will use were, and in simple future tense you will use will be. Okay. Now class, listen here that WERE is pronounced as were, not where. Many of the students are pronouncing it as where. So it is wrong. Correct it. You have to pronounce it as were. WERE is were and WHERE is where. Clear? Now second one is to have. Of to have we have, with I we will use have in simple present tense, had in simple past tense, and will have in simple future tense. With you, have in simple present tense, had in simple past tense, and will have in simple future tense. With he, she, and it we will use has in simple present tense, had in simple past tense, and will have in simple future tense. With we will use have in simple present tense, had in simple past tense, and will have in simple future tense. With they we will use have in simple present tense, had in simple past tense, and will have in simple future tense. Clear now? Now we'll discuss the exercise based on this. Thank you class. That's all for today.